Welcome to Caps Off. Dodgers, Cubs, Wilson Contreras fouls the ball into the umpire's pocket. Baseball, corner pocket.
That's magic.
What are the odds of that happening? And the best part, Blue doesn't even flinch. Just picks it out like he's grabbing for some change. That is remarkable. Hey, welcome into another episode of Caps Off. Phil Murphy alongside Mr. Mark Donaldson.
Baseball, an American sport on British television. So, where do we start? Of course, Mexico.
Naturally, Mexico's getting a decent collection of talent this weekend. Mike Trout, 2 times American League Most Valuable Player. Jose Altuve, once MVP, lead the Angels and the Astros respectively into Monterrey. Trout and Altuve are 2 of baseball's best. Trout won MVP in 2014 and 2016, 7 All-Star teams, 6 times a Silver Slugger, which is awarded annually to the best offensive player at each position. Altuve won MVP more recently, 6 times an All-Star, 5 Silver Sluggers. But Mark, Altuve's team is in a better position to contend, having won 100 games each of the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, this will be the 8th and the 9th time that these 2 teams, or any teams, have been down to Mexico. It's the first time, by the way, that the 2 have ever played a regular season game in MLB outside of the continental United States.
Wow, I visited with the Angels a few days ago, namely Trout and surefire future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols, about this weekend series in Monterrey.
Yes, it's something special, especially for all of us. Be able to go play in, obviously a beautiful city in Monterrey, and I hear a lot of great things about it, and we're all looking forward to it.
It'll be awesome, because you're giving opportunity to fans that are really, you have for 19 years that I've been in the game, they never got a chance to see you but on TV, and to be able to, to go to Mexico and give them the opportunity, I think, it's awesome. I think who doesn't want to see Mike Trout, who doesn't want to see Altuve or myself or whoever, I think, it's good. That's what's so good about Major League Baseball, and the Player Association, that we have collaborate, to be able to do something like this. Because at the end of the day, listen, it's about the fans, and make them happy, and and also hopefully, we get the win at the end of the day.
By the way, just pay attention as well to the altitude down in Monterrey. That's something that maybe some people haven't thought about. It's 1,772 feet. It's a batter's paradise.
Yeah, absolutely.
All games, of course, in that Mexico segment. The series will be on BT Sport. Now, when you were in LA, how come you got to eat lots of food? What happened there? Where was my invite?
I was heading from Anaheim to the Dodgers home field, but before I could get to Dodger Stadium, I had to sample a delicacy that is not yet available at the ballpark. What makes this item unique, the Sisig fries, is that if you visit Dodger Stadium, you won't be able to find this anywhere. This is an experimental item. And what's interesting about this is how all the different food is partitioned, mostly because it's such a wide array of flavors. And Mark, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You would not like this because there's a lot of spice on this dish, and I know your palate is soft. You have the Sisig marinated chicken, which is a Filipino-inspired marinade. It's spicy with some lemongrass. Fresno chilies, also spicy. Sriracha, cilantro, crema, fried yams, served all over a French fry. And a French fry base is pretty much neutral, and it's hard to go wrong. Man, you really taste the kick of that marinade, and I get in the sriracha as well. Mark, I would say you need to try this, but I know you won't. But anyone else, should you see this find its way onto a menu at Dodger Stadium, and personally, I hope it does, it's delicious, you must give it a try.
Too much green.
Those are filling, I gotta tell you. They were really spicy though, so beware if you get a chance to sample those.
Now, would you eat Sisig fries? Let the @MLB London Series Twitter account know. Take the green off for me, I'll delve in, no problem at all.
We can pick those off easily. Well, on my way to Dodger Stadium, we did finally get there.
There was more?
And I can recommend from experience not making the trek during rush hour. Thankfully, it is a gem of a ballpark and worth the road rage. Overlooking beautiful downtown Los Angeles, Dodger Stadium opened in the early 1960s, making it the third oldest active ballpark in all of Major League Baseball, surpassed only by the Cubs Wrigley Field and the Red Sox Fenway Park. Now, a lot of famous faces outside the sports world have taken the field at Dodger Stadium, from the Beatles to the Pope. But purely in a baseball sense, the history is rich, as 9 World Series have played out on this field, 4 of which were won by the Dodgers. But Big Blue, their most vivid, most cherished memory, is that from 1988.
And look who's coming up. So the Dodgers trying to catch lightning right now. Look at his crowd on its feet. What a tribute. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw.
That ball landed here, section 302, row D. It was seat 1. It's now been renamed seat 88 in honor of the world champion Dodgers that year in 1988. In 1995, a poll run by the Los Angeles Sports Council voted it the best moment in all of Los Angeles sports history. It's one of the most incredible videos in all of World Series history, and I think if you ask any fan here, it's maybe the biggest moment in Dodger baseball history. The most famous player in Dodgers history is also one of the most important. In 1947, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier, becoming the first African-American player to not just play in Major League Baseball, but any major American sport, paving the way for generations to follow. He was 6 times an All-Star, 1 time a League Most Valuable Player, and in 1962, the same year Dodger Stadium opened, he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Looking around Dodger Stadium, all the retired numbers are in blue, but Jackie's is in red, because on the 50th anniversary of his Major League Baseball debut back in 1997, his number 42 was retired league-wide. One of Robinson's teammates for many of his seasons in Dodger blue was pitcher Don Newcomb, won the 1956 Most Valuable Player Award in the National League and won the Cy Young Award that same year as the best pitcher in the National League. Newcombs also was a Korean War veteran for 2 years, giving up 2 years of his prime baseball years to go serve in the Korean War. Sadly, he passed away in February, but the Dodgers, as an homage to Newcomb, are giving away a Don Newcomb bobblehead tonight to teach some of the younger generation about one of the all-time greats from yesteryear. This is one of just a few really neat giveaways going on around Major League Baseball this week. Let me come back now to the studio and tell you about some more.
Hold on here. You go off to LA in the sunshine, you come back, we've got a new member of the team, and freebies all over the place. What on earth has happened over the last few days?
Listen, one of my 4 first-class flights, the satellite TV was out, so it was a tough trip. Hey everybody, this is Trevor Scales, friend of the program.
How's it going?
When we need some power out of the bullpen, Trev's going to come in and host Caps Off a few times throughout the summer, but he's also an expert in swag.
I'd like to think so.
Looking at all these giveaways going on around baseball, I want to start April 26th. The Nationals faced the Padres. It was Deaf Awareness Night. They incorporated American Sign Language into pregame festivities, national anthem. It's the first giveaway, as we understand it, nationwide for the deaf and hard of hearing community.
I respect your use of ASL in the middle of that montage. I also respect the fact that they were so inclusive and so educational on a piece of swag. It was beautiful. I gotta show love, even though I'm a Braves fan.
What about this, Trev? This is a football jersey. None of this soccer jersey. It's a football jersey from the Chicago White Sox. It's going to be given out against the Red Sox to the first 20,000 on May the 5th. I love this. Do you like it?
Yes, I'm a big fan. I like the breathable material, and I think it'll fit nice and snug. That's the way I like my material.
What about our fashionista?
You have to understand, this is high quality stuff. Sometimes these giveaways, to be honest, they cheap out. This is a real kit. It's a hybrid,
free.
But it's fantastic, and it's a hybrid of Chelsea's home kit and Liverpool's as well, I think, if you really break it down a little bit. Trev, as our expert on all things Atlanta, April 27th, Girls Night Out. This was a specialty ticket package, not a giveaway. You got a 2-hour pregame party, you got tickets to the game, and you got this wine mug from Wind Up.
I can consume alcohol. I'm good with it. It's very simple.
Can we get whiskey in there as well, please?
I think you can put whatever you want in this.
Thanks.
A lot of cool stuff going on, not just this week, but all around the nation this summer. But thank you for the Braves, the Nationals, and the White Sox for these examples.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeout number 3,000 for CC Sabathia. He becomes the 17th pitcher in Major League history to pick up 3,000 strikeouts.
Sisig Sabathia needed 3 strikeouts against the Diamondbacks to get 3,000 for his career. He walked away with 5. Not just the 17th player to do it, but the 3rd lefty ever, Mark.
But when was his first strikeout? It was the day after my birthday, the 8th of April 2001. He was a rookie for the Indians against the Orioles. His first strikeout was Mike Kincaid. What did he ever do in his career? He won Olympic gold for the US in Sydney in 2000. Not bad.
Well, April now is in the books, Mark, but before you look ahead, let's look back. You and I have our Players of the Month. Who's yours?
I'm going to go for someone who, over the last 12 months prior to this season, was a combined 2-7 with an ERA of 4.27 with the Phillies and the Rays. Tyler Glasnow is 5-0 overall this season with 34 strikeouts in April. He is my Player of the Month. What about yours?
Get in my belly!
That's awful.
Cody Bellinger leads all of baseball in batting average, tied for the lead in home runs. His 46 hits are a Dodger record through April. He set a major league record with 37 runs batted in at this point on the calendar. I wanted to be clever and dig deep like you, but Cody Bellinger has been downright historic.
I think Bellinger has hit the sweet spot in quite a few games, and that's why he's got so many home runs. This isn't the sweet spot. This, see what we did there, is the tweet spot. Now, what do you got for us with this?
Our friend Nigel, checking out the Blue Jays, said, look for me at Rogers Center for the Blue Jays and the A's, proudly in his Cardinals red, 20 rows behind home plate. Beautiful venue there at the Rogers Center, Nigel. Hope you enjoyed your time there.
Yeah, keep them coming as well. If you're heading to the US or up to Canada for a Major League Baseball game, let us know and we'll try and feature you in Caps Off. But that'll do for this week. Over the next 7 days, wherever you're watching, and make sure it's on BT Sport. Enjoy the MLB baseball. He's Phil. I'm Mark. We'll see you again soon. Bye.